people not accessing basic needs.
I think to grow up thinking that the government should feed you is to get it all wrong. These things the government is doing is providing for you with a conducive environment to fend for yourself.
Odoyo.
You must learn to use the Rironi Mausami Road to improve your business,
the first way
to employ people. Quagmire that takes place in the busy Gikomba, it is normally demolished at night when there is nobody there, so that moving tractors don't make noise, don't trample on people, and it was done. What happens? Your opposition leaders, Rigiji and Kalonzo Musyoka, goes to tell how it is inhuman, how it is bad, how Ruto is destroying people's businesses.
Let me ask. Did you hear my party leader talk about it? It's a
so why did they put that in the condition that you will protest with placards which the police will read, or whoever it is? And
that's why I'm even questioning some of the provisions in the Constitution. So, like, for example,
that very Constitution is the one that allowed you to go to the streets very safely. Now you are questioning.
No. Safely, but we have people being shot.
Yes.
Like, you remember the...
Let me tell you, there is no roll call bill taken on the streets that this one was shot, this was a mistake. You only assume that those who are shot were innocent and those who are not shot were the bad ones. No.
The difference...
Because when we go to do stock taking in the streets later, we find there were broken shops, there were buildings set on fire, there were roads blocked, there were bonfires lit. Already that is illegal ab initio. That protest is illegal because it is not peaceable. It is
I agree.
Yes.
So we go and find a shop at OTC, severely looted, but we collect a body on Parliament Road.
Yes.
We go and look.
Because, let me tell you,
if
there is breakage of law on Parliament Road, the police rush there to deal with it. Other criminals may then resurface where the police have lent back on Grogon Road and do something, because the police are outnumbered 1,000 to 1. They can't be everywhere every day. They can't.
You remember?
I do.
When Raila was leading protests in 2023.
Correct.
And this particular protest was happening in Pipeline.
Yes, I saw it.
And from around midday to around Satisa, the protest was largely beautiful, like peaceful. And whenever you see a protest has women on the front line dancing, it's peaceful.
Correct.
Until one tear gas was lobbed at around close to 3 p.m.
The tear gas will be lobbed when somebody commits a mistake in that procession, but because of the large numbers, the only weapon that is applicable is a tear gas. You cannot go in a crowd of 30,000 people to arrest a person. You cannot do it.
We saw people.
We are going to have a law which will ensure that if you are going to have protests, you are going to take care of the actions of the people.
No. We are not, as citizens, as members of the public, we were not taken to Kiganjo to be treated to deal with protests, to be trained. The people who are taken to Kiganjo to be trained to deal with protests are the police.
And they are doing it correctly. It is who are not trained how to deal with the police.
They are not.
Who are incapable of dealing with the police.
You saw that clip where they shot Boniface Kariuki.
Yes, I saw it.
Boniface Kariuki was a man with face masks in his hands.
Don't belabor on whether he was innocent or not. He was innocent. But let me tell you something about some of these things that happens. We have not had that policeman testify in court. Number two, that policeman did not do that on behalf of the government.
He did on whose behalf?
He did it on his own personal behalf.
As a police?
Because...
Is he a state officer?
Because that is not what the government sent him to do. So if he did what the government didn't send him to do, that is why the government has taken him to court. It is not you who took him to court. It is not you.
The government took him to court due to pressure.
It is not due to pressure. There are many people who are in court for committing those crimes as policemen in the streets, and there were no pressure. There was even a policeman convicted of killing somebody in Kimbo. And there was no protest.
The reason why you know about the Kimbo issue is because it captured your attention. That alone is
no. So long as it is reported, I will know it. It's not about capturing.
Even the reporting is pressure.
Yes. So let me tell you one more thing.
Yes.
When these policemen leave the stations and they are now in the streets, they do it according to the law and not according to order. So if somebody out there as a policeman breaks that law, he will face the law as himself. Today, it is not Ruto who is in jail for shooting Boniface. It is not IG who is there for shooting Boniface. It is not the OCS who is there.
It is the guy who pulled the trigger.
It is the guy who did it because he broke the law. And I can tell you for free, he's not going to court to say that I was told to do this. He knows he wasn't told.
He knows. So,
but I tell you one more last thing before you tell me anything else. Propaganda is a very powerful thing. It is even possible to bribe a policeman, tell him, shoot somebody when the cameras are watching. Because the money we are going to give you
is more than what you will ever.
Even if you are jailed for 10 years, it will be okay. Because rarely do we charge policemen with murder and sustain it. Because even if he goes and say, this guy insulted me with something of my mother when we were in the streets, and in a fit of anger, I did this, reduced to manslaughter.
Yes, and I understand.
How many policemen are out there who are able to stay in jail for 10 years just given 5 million or 2? There are many.
So, and whose problem does that become? When we have instances
it is the problem of the shooter. Nobody sends the policeman.
It speaks to a bigger problem.
Tell me.
Like, for example, the other day, when tear gas was lobbed in Kakamega, in Sifuna's...
when Sifuna lobbed tear gas in Kakamega, just let's say the truth. It is not possible for a policeman to walk 200
Can I
meters
prosecute my case?
Okay, prosecute it.
So, Sifuna, he's speaking.
Yes.
Then tear gas is lobbed.
Right there in his feet. Yes.
And then the CS Interior comes and tells us that it was, just as you are saying, that they must have done it themselves.
In fact, he was being nice. Me, I'm not saying he must. They did it themselves.
Okay, let's work with your analogy.
Yes.
Now, what does that say about our law enforcement?
What it says is that Sifuna is a liar because when Sifuna was told to defend that scenario, you know what he said? Where does a civilian get tear gas? That was the red flag.
No. It's because a very legit statement.
It's not legit.
No.
Where does a civilian get? We have civilians with guns.
Yes.
Who are robbers.
Yes.
We have civilians with handcuffs.
Yes.
Remember,
whenever we have a civilian with those machineries, what does that say about our security system?
It's the same as the rest of the world.
No.
There is no anywhere in the world where civilians don't come across those things. That means Kenya.
But it means that there is a security lapse
everywhere in the world.
And the minister admitted to have been inept in his job.
To do what?
To an extent that a politician carried weapons to a rally that could have endangered the lives of other people.
My friend.
No, who imports tear gas?
Even you, if you want to buy tear gas today, you will be able to buy it.
So you are saying that our security system is so weak that I can buy tear gas?
It's not weak.
Yes.
It is the same as everywhere else in the world. Even if you went to South Africa, Rwanda, Burundi, United States, any equipment used by law enforcement you can acquire. America, they are illegal guns. UK, they are illegal guns. Mozambique, they are illegal guns. Rwanda, they are illegal guns. Kenya, they are illegal guns. Because
and illegal tear gas.
If we have illegal guns, tear gas is much easier. You know, when policemen sign out guns and handcuffs, they are expected to return them.
Yes.
When they sign out tear gas and bullets, they are supposed to return some. You get that?
Yes.
So they can go and declare we used 16 and we are returning 4. But when they actually use 10 and they have taken 6 to sell, because policemen, just like you and me, can also be criminals. On their individual now capacity. So it is much, much easier to acquire a tear gas than acquire a gun.
So when a minister comes and says that person lobbed tear gas in his own meeting, then the natural law states that whoever avers must prove.
Yes, in his judgment. Yes. That is the thing. You know, the easiest way to investigate anything is to have a suspicion.
Yes.
So from there you start your investigation. But if you if you go with the feeling that it is impossible for a civilian to get tear gas, you start investing
No,
from
no,
there.
that is as a civilian, I'm allowed to have that feeling.
Yes. No.
But not more comment.
I wouldn't say, because the one I would call such a civilian is a very bad name. A civilian who thinks a civilian cannot have tear gas is an idiot. Because if a civilian can have a gun, why not a tear gas? If a civilian can acquire a gun, why not a tear gas?
You see, for you, most criminals who acquire guns have had some relationship with the law enforcement.
Yeah, of course.
At some point, maybe he's an ex-cop.
Of course.
Or an ex-army. Which means that they have the confidence to hold this kind of material and pretend they are not carrying anything.
Yes.
But now, when it comes to an ordinary person like Joachim here,
my friend,
even when I'm carrying a sharp nail cutter, I am not feeling comfortable.
The person who did that in Kakamega is not Simiyu. Simiyu cannot even hurt a fly. There are people here who are more dangerous than policemen themselves. Some of them had even been in the forces.
No, why do we have minister in office? It's to sniff out such people.
You can't sniff out all of them. That is why, if they could sniff out everything, then we don't need so many policemen.
No,
because
it's not all of them.
Be sniffing them.
It's not all of them. But that particular one that endangered the people's lives.
All of them. Any weapon that is meant for law enforcement agencies will endanger people's lives. Illegal gun will, illegal tear gas will, illegal handcuffs will, and illegal bullets and rubber bullets will.
So are you saying we sit back and say, it's okay for all these things to happen?
No, it is not okay. But let's put the blame where it lies. It is not possible for a single policeman to cross 100 meters of a crowd, to go near Sifuna, to lobby tear gas there and get out scot-free. It is not possible.
So let me ask, as a parent, you are here innocently on this podcast.
Yes.
But again, your child somewhere there is misbehaving.
Yes.
Maybe he has hit a neighbor or he has stolen.
Correct.
You are not the person who has committed those crimes.
Correct.
But you are held accountable. Do you know why?
Why?
Because you are a parent who brought up that kind of kids.
It is a moral responsibility, but not a legal responsibility.
So when things go haywire, and we are not saying William Ruto has killed anyone. We never saw him with a gun.
Very good.
We never saw him with a bullet.
Very good.
But the question we are asking is, why do we have deaths when he's president? And he told us that when he's president, such things will be a thing of the past. Because it's not once or twice did we see President Ruto campaigning with the issue of extrajudicial killing.
Ruto gave the promises with what he had at the time.
Yes.
At that time, he did not know Simiyu will be going on the streets to protest
on
a budget that is meant to help Kenya develop.
No.
So if he knew, he would have said...
We have had 13 budgets.
Yes.
From 2010.
Correct.
After promulgation of the 2010 Constitution. Correct. They have not helped us develop.
But
there is no budget.
Those ones are not Ruto's budget. Those ones Uhuru, Kibaki.
But Ruto's budget is not any different.
Ruto is the only one.
Yes.
Every project that he has done is profound. Look at the boomers.
Odoyo Kanyagwa.
Nothing like that.
Unajua Bonyo Kanyagwa ile ya
Look at the Galana Kulalu.
No, let me ask you.
Nothing like it.
Let me ask you.
Look at the Talanta. Nothing like it.
No, when we talk about priorities in governance of any country, it's like you going home today and telling your children you've bought a new gate.
Correct.
And you have painted the house.
Correct.
But those children have no kiwi for their shoes to go to school. But you are telling them, wait, I have a new gate there. Don't you see this home now looks beautiful? But they are not eating well. They have no school fees.
You know, my brother.
The home looks beautiful.
My brother,
but what are the basics?
I am not going to allow you to compare homes to a country. It's like saying my chief is buying rungus to look after criminals when we are lying in jail in the home.
No, it's not.
President William Ruto's priority is to provide social amenities, provide infrastructure for economic development, and provide atmosphere for you to make food to eat and school fees for your children. That he has provided.
atmosphere to make food for my children.
Yes.
How has he done that? What enables me,
my friend,
as Joachim?
When there is law and order,
yes,
you should be able to do business in a good environment and make food. President William Ruto has created scenarios and situations where you can get a job, your village mate can get small jobs and fend for themselves. That is what is required. President William Ruto is not going to come and feed you in your house. But when you get out of your house, you will find a road. You will find water. You will find social amenities like stadia. Those ones you will find. You will find social amenities like bombers. But bombers is not only going to be social only. It is going to be an economic thing and a governance thing.
An economic thing.
Yes.
How? You see,
let me tell you, these bombers here
yes,
will bring such a number of tourists that you will see our revenue go up. Did you learn about
we
tourism
have no
as
problem.
a way of
yeah, I learned
yes,
that.
Good.
The problem we have as a country is not really the absence of revenue. The problem we have is how are we using what we have. Because in every project undertaken by government, my expectation is reprieve at the point where the very ordinary Kenyan who will live all his life without ever meeting the president feels the effect of that project.
Yes.
I wonder how what we are doing, like there is a project you spoke about on, was it K24? About a fishery in Homa Bay.
No, in
a fish
Kisumu.
plant.
There's a fish market in Homa Bay, and there is
something
Kabonyo
Kanyagwal.
Kanyagwal fish training in Kisumu.
Is it
yes.
Kanyagwal?
Kabonyo Kanyagwal, yes.
Do you know what is there? Kabonyo Kanyagwal.
I know.
It's a tombstone.
What do you mean a tombstone?
That stone that is erected to say that this project was launched by President. That project, before that tombstone was erected, 2.9 billion had already been used on feasibility study.
By which government?
By this government.
No.
By this government.
There's nothing.
President Uhuru Kenyatta, President Ruto, suspended all ongoing projects done by Uhuru. Like, for example, the Maure Ronero.
Don't say all gone projects.
He suspended them.
Uhuru never put one bob in Rironi Mau Summit.
Let me say...
Uhuru never put one bob in SGR.
No.
Uhuru never put one bob.
Listen. The project for Maure Ronero, there was that contract that had already been signed. The money had not been allocated. But what did our president do when he came into power? He terminated that contract and paid a fine for it.
Did you find out how much it was going to cost?
It is cheaper than what we have.
Let me tell
155 billion. Today we are using 188 billion after paying a fine of 6 billion for cancellation of that contract.
My friend, let us talk about things we know and understand.
So you are saying,
no,
I don't understand what happened.
In 2014, 100 billion is equivalent to almost 150 billion today. So do not tell me about things which were signed 10 years ago. When the value of money is not that. And again, you must understand the model we are using on Rironi Mau Summit today is different. It is a PPP. What Uhuru has signed was money from the exchequer, which is not there. If his budgets have never been enough, we have always had deficit.
Do you know that a PPP is a fancy name with the same
It is not a fancy result? It is not a fancy name. A PPP is where the private investors invest in a project, recover their money and go. Without it. You see, like expressway.
And I'm telling you, it's the same thing.
The same thing as what?
Why are we having a PPP?
Because we can't fund those things ourselves.
That we have very huge debt. Therefore, the balance sheet of government cannot fund projects.
Correct.
We therefore have something on the side that helps us develop ourselves. And how are we going to do that? For example, the PPP. 45% of that project on Maureroni will be funded by NSSF, which is okay. That's public money. But the part of the 55% shall be funded by a private developer. In normal terms, this private developer is using his own money.
Correct.
To come and help us develop.
No, invest his own money.
Yes, investing his own money.
Yeah,
and then again, he will recoup the money.
Correct.
How different is that from now borrowing the same investor and building it with your own self?
Let me
it's
tell
still debt.
No, it's not say. It is not debt paid by the exchequer. It is debt paid by the user. It's completely different. Let me tell you.
Yes.
If you go to use expressway, you'll pay for it. That lady in Kibera who doesn't need it will now not pay for it. But if you borrowed it through the treasury, even that Kibera lady will pay for it. This one, PPP, is paid by the user only. If we invest in electricity by PPP, it is only the person using that electricity will pay for it. If you invest in expressway using PPP, it is Owidi and Simiyu using that expressway who will pay for it.
No, let me ask.
That
now,
is the difference between a debt like the one we have, which everybody pays, including the unborn.
Yes.
Yes.
The Maori roundabout. Are we going to have an alternative road, or that is
super highways and expressways always have alternatives. Standard.
It's a dual carriage. It's not a super highway.
No, it's a super highway. Look. I have even seen the design.
Have you contradicted the president? It's a dual carriage.
I have not. All expressways are dual. That also you need to know. All expressways are dual carriageway. You can't have an expressway which is not dual.
No, this one is not a super highway.
Look at Thika Road.
Yes.
There is always a road on the left side and on the right side, and you can move on that up to where you are going.
Those are service lanes.
Those service lanes, you can move it almost to Thika. Now, when their road is going to be like this one that we are going to pay for, we are going to have those.
So are we going to have an
And let me tell you one more thing
Yes.
that is very important for you to know. Anybody who is going to refuse to pay that thing is going to be the loser. Because when we were using 8 hours to get from Nairobi to Eldoret, we are going now to use 4. The fuel consumption is dependent on how long the engine remains running rather than how far it is going. So if you are using 10,000 to go there in fuel, you are going to use 5. And I can tell you, you are not going to pay 5.
I'll be using the one in Bong.
And let me tell you how those
the Suswa one.
How expressways are also built. Even these single lanes, there's a money. If there is a busy part, there will be a road on the side. If there is a vehicle that wants to cross it, it will either cross under or
and
over. That is how they are built. So if you want to meander like that until where you are going, you will get.
No, I will not meander. That's not meander.
But I can also tell you for free.
Yes.
If that road is built and is complete, and you want to go that far, it will be cheaper for you to be on it, pay that toll, rather than meander and then spend double the fuel.
So my question, question I'm asking.
My answer
is as we do all this, because now that road ceases to be a public facility. It becomes a business idea.
It's public. It is used by the public and nobody can stop you from using it.
Every shop is used by the public, but they are commercial.
Just like the expressway.
Yes.
Just like the airport.
Yeah.
Look, airport, when we get in, we pay and there's no alternative of not paying.
Yes.
But we pay.
Because that's privilege. Airports are for privileged people.
Even this will be a privileged road because you will be moving so fast like you are in your own road.
So that's why I'm saying it's not a public facility. It's a commercial project.
It is a public facility.
No, it is, because why are we building it? The first thing is to recoup back the money. We are looking at it as a business enterprise.
And let me remind you one thing, maybe you don't know, or no, inform you, because not so long ago, until Kibaki came, there was a toll station on the Nairobi-Kisumu highway. When you reach Gilgil, you pay toll, and there's no alternative of not paying.
We didn't have fuel levy.
When we reach fuel levy, of course I know. When we reach that, you pay. And that is not all. Today, all commercial vehicles pay toll. They reach a weighbridge and they pay.
No.
And they also pay fuel levy. So
commercial.
This trucks from Mombasa.
It's a weighbridge.
Yes.
That's for different service. That's not at all.
The money they pay there is at all.
But it's for the service of making sure that the weight is not what is not required to be. That's what you, for the maintenance of the way bridge and all that, that becomes a different thing.
So what would you like to happen? That we borrow money to build that road, but
No. Why are we paying to use it? We have
because we have borrowed because somebody has invested the money. Because you see, we are faced with the two things. Either we leave it as bad as it is until one such a time when we'll get money or the economy will allow us to build it as our children sleep on the roadside.
I have a shorter way of making it be built.
Okay, that will be good. Now you will be better than Sifuna and Kalonzo, who only enumerates the government's weaknesses but have no solution.
But
let's hear your solution.
Sifuna is the same as Kalonzo.
Let's hear your solution.
My solution is this. The basic reason why we are going into these PPP and securitization issues, they are listing the issue of debt. That 71% of our revenue is going to service debt.
Correct.
So what remains is less than 30%. It cannot be able to offset all these development projects. But my way is this. Instead of running around debt and coming up with other alternatives, why don't we face the bull?
Which is the bull?
The bull is the debt.
What do we do to
and
it?
Sit down and say, we have a debt stock of 12 trillion. How did we end up here? What did we borrow for? What's the guiding principle in our law that should guide the borrowing? If the law says we borrow for projects alone, that every coin borrowed should be for a certain project, then we should therefore be able to look at our debt stock and look at the corresponding projects that tally with the debt that we have. If we have instances where debt that we have is not even in our books, there is no vote head in parliament for it, there was no ratification by members of the parliament, then that becomes illegal and we do not pay that.
I don't think we need to go back to that theory of Jimmy Wanjigi.
No, it's not a theory of Jimmy Wanjigi.
That's theory.
So you are saying that
any debt that will be paid
Yes.
must be on record. Nobody will pay a debt that is not on record. So if there is any debt Jimmy Wanjigi thinks is on record, nobody will pay it. But if there is a debt on record at Treasury, we will pay.
No, you are being defensive. The reason why...
Of course, I have to defend a position.
The reason why I'm saying this is because even the government itself acknowledges the need for audit of the debt.
Correct.
That's why it's one of the 10-point agenda that informed the unity between Baba and William Ruto. Then why are we being non-committal to this issue of auditing the debt? Because it's the easier way. It's only asking the audit queries that what are the stipulated laws for borrowing? This is what we have as debt. Did we follow the law? That's basically what I'm saying. That's not a theory.
Yes.
But it's a practical thing of saying
let me tell you, the world over,
Yes.
the law of natural justice.
Yes.
The moment you borrow money and use it, even if the borrowing was illegal, you have to pay it.
No.
You can't borrow people's money illegally, then fail to pay it.
I'm not saying it will not be paid, but it will not be the burden of the public to pay.
Who will pay it?
The person who borrowed illegally.
So if if he's retired or dead president?
It's none of our business. Why the people who gave us the money should have done due diligence.
Let me tell you, if you look at the law that works in the world, no country has ever run away from a debt on the basis that it was borrowed illegally. Because as long as that money is consumed within the sovereign borders of that country, they will pay for it.
No.
They will. That is how it is.
Mozambique borrowed $2 billion tuna bond. They didn't pay. Because the government...
If they borrow it from within, they can as well fail to pay.
No, they took it from World Bank.
They will pay it. That I can tell you. I've read that thing multiple times.
And I can tell you, the people who took the money, their assets were confiscated.
Of course, there was somebody to me. I was telling you, what about if it is that dead president who borrowed it? What are you going to do?
He has assets.
You are not going to take the asset of Gideon Moi that there's a crime that Moi committed.
It's not us that... No. Gideon Moi is running assets that were built by his father.
You cannot, you see, once succession has taken place, you cannot go taking my things that my father committed this crime. That is not in any law.
Let me ask you.
Yes, give me
how much money do we produce in terms of our own
But I think
tax revenue?
we have deviated from where we are going.
Yes.
Was Rironi Mau Summit necessary in developing it with the PPP?
We are still on the same course. Because I'm asking myself, why do we need a private investor to come and do business with us?
I have given you the answer.
And we are paying taxes.
I have given you the answer.
Yes.
Instead of giving every Kenyan the baggage of paying debts for they used to develop things that they don't even use, let's do a PPP so that only the users of that asset can pay for it.
But then again, circumnavigate around debt, and it becomes a continuous leakage of revenue.
And I think the president has done a very good thing in regards to that debt.
Yes.
Instead of continuing to borrow money to do infrastructure,
yes,
he has decided to create the sovereign fund to transfer certain assets of the country which are not generating any revenue and are not serving Kenyans properly to build those roads, which will now service Kenya properly and generate revenue.
So KPC was not generating any revenue?
But it will still generate. Let me tell you, you need to understand how KPC is a service that is transporting oil for us.
Yes.
Even if it changes hands from Simiyu to Jamal, it will still be here doing the same service.
So we should just be okay when we are told
nothing
that Museveni can now fire the head of Kenya Pipeline Corporation.
Museveni, the Kenyans were very clever.
Yes.
Uganda was only given a maximum of 20%. These things, we know them. Let me tell you,
yes,
and there are many other assets in this country which are co-owned between Kenya and foreign countries. The only thing that makes us happy that one day the ownership will revert back either fully to Kenya or the assets will remain in Kenya forever. For example, the other time we were saying, oh, let's privatize sugar mills. The privatization of sugar mills is not selling the land and everything and they take it away. It is leasing it, that we say for 30 years, this company will be running the Mumia Sugar Company, producing sugar, selling to Kenyans, employing Kenyans, paying taxes here, and the only thing it takes away is the profit.
For example, we formalized privatization of Zoya Sugar.
Yes.
More than a year ago. What has happened?
No, if the guy who was going to run it has not taken off, that is common, that it is possible.
What's the...
And don't think that operationalizing Nzoia Sugar is something that you take it today, 3 months later it is up and running.
There should be something going on.
Yeah.
Because even operationalizing of the sugar mills, operationalizing, it needs that there's some input.
It's have to be planning, then feasibility study.
Yes.
And then...
even just...
it may take even a year.
It takes very easy things that even the rust, because when you look at the sugar, the place where tractors used to come in, it's now bushy. When you look at the machines, there are some things that should be happening.
No.
It's really like you taking over a home.
If I have taken over something to be mine, like we list this place, when I begin to do the things I want to do, it should not be your business. I should not do things in such a way to please onlookers. We can't do it.
In this case, onlookers are...
And if we have privatized 16 sugar mills and one has not begun, that is natural. There will be a laggard.
It is not natural. The president said...
There are people who have been given tender. Please, but leave the president out of this. The guy who has taken over to run Zoya Sugar is not the president. It is possible that out of the 16 people who have been given the mandate to run the sugar mills privately, one of them is incapable.
16 people, it's one person.
The sugar mills are how many in Kenya? Do you know how many they are? But even if there are 3, let's go.
But it's one person running all of them.
There's nothing like that, Buana.
How many sugar
mills? And
mills?
if it is one person running on them, then there's no problem, because I know Son is now working, Muron is now working, Chemel is now, that means it's going through them one by one. I am just giving you a hypothetical situation that you could be right, that it is one person doing all of them. But the bottom line is, we have given out sugar mills to be run privately so that they are profitable and can pay taxes. They
So
are profitable
looks
and
like-
can employ Kenyans. They are
It looks
profitable
like we
and
are
can-
going to solve every problem by
can-
privatizing
It's a good thing.
everything.
It's a good thing. That is what capitalism is about. This idea that the government was running businesses is the reason Kenya has reached where it is. You go to a hotel in Kisumu, sijui called Sunset, that's supposed to be public.
Do you know how Russia ended up with oligarchs?
I don't know. How did it end up with that?
Like this privatization.
No. That is Russia.
No,
this
no.
is Kenya.
We are
Russia
doing
was
it
not
the
a democratic. Even today, being a first world, yet it is still not democratic.
No,
Kenya
we are
is not a place.
We are not looking at the form of governance.
Kenya is not a place where you do monkey business and Simiyu won't make noise. Kenya is not a place where you do monkey business and Omtata won't make noise.
You get muzzled as time goes
Nobody is muzzling anyone. In fact, Kenya is very lucky. It is the only country in East and Central Africa where the opposition leader is not in jail. Kenya. Kenya is the only thing where you protest that you want A and it is going to be done. You want B and it is going to be done. It's only Kenya.
We've been
and
there.
I think we should be very happy.
We've been there.
Where?
Where opposition leaders are been in jail.
Which one was in jail?
Oh my goodness.
No, tell me, then I'll tell you because
so we've not had any opposition leader being sent to jail.
That's when.
Kenneth Matiba was where?
That was before the new constitution.
That's why I'm saying.
When the the president still had the powers to do it. But now that Kenya has this constitution,
that's why I'm saying we've been there.
Yeah, I have no problem with being there. In fact, if you say we've been there,
my
it
problem,
would have been in 1960s, 1980s.
My problem with oligarchs has nothing to do with the democracy. And the oligarchy has a way of making democracy weak. Of course. You willingly accept to be oppressed. Do you know why? Because you end up realizing later that all the factors of survival are being controlled by certain people. That today, if you make noise as Owidi, those people do not have to come to where you are. They just make sure that you don't benefit from what they have.
Exactly.
If we are going to privatize everything and say communication of the country is in the hands of the civilian, even how we move oil, there's a civilian dealing with it. All the companies dealing with the sugar production, there is a civilian dealing with it. And this becomes a cabal, a club of people that are going to now continue with the extraction logic that we've had since independence.
Now, let me tell you the privatization that has taken place in the country. Those sugar millers, not only have they been given to different people, but even the privatization is not 100%, just like the pipeline. It is not entirely bought by one person, all the shares. So is Safaricom and the rest. That is a careful way of ensuring that somebody does not control something so useful to
with
the country.
With the greed we are
But the oligarchy that must be stopped is the one that people are in government, they loot. When they leave office, they come back to make the new government unstable, like the one we are seeing now, where people are
saying what we are doing is any different?
We are doing where?
What we are seeing here.
Don't say, I want to be very specific. If you tell the people listening at it, what we are doing, what is this we are doing?
You've mentioned the previous people who have been in government. They have come back to destabilize government. Those same people you're saying they are destabilizing government, they are in that very same government.
Which government?
And their people are saying this government is good. The other day I saw Kabogo defending government. He's a buddy of Uhuru Kenyatta. I've not seen
Uhuru Kenyatta and Kabogo are two different people.
I have seen Lee Kenyanjui. I've not seen him talk against government. He's a minister. We all know that this former minister for agriculture,
Linturi.
No, not agriculture, health. The current minister for agriculture is called who?
Duale.
No.
Minister for agriculture? Oh.
The one for COVID. Mutahi Kagwe. We all know that he's a creation of Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
But he's in this government.
The fact that it's a creation of Uhuru Kenyatta does not mean he's working with Uhuru Kenyatta's brain or ideas.
No.
He's here on his own.
If I was Uhuru Kenyatta and I wanted to destabilize this government with my ministers inside it,
Those ones you can't use inside ministers to establish a government. Government you use outsiders whom you pay. Let me tell you what happened. What is happening in the country.
Inside is easier.
It's not easier because those ministers are answerable to the cabinet and the president. So you can't bring monkey business here. They will have to be the way they are until they get out. But out there, once you are being used to establish the government, nobody will touch you because you are doing your private things.
Let me ask.
Let me give you an answer.
How do you destabilize government when we say that Article 37 has been violated?
By
and
who?
we look around and we realize, actually it's been. Then we'll say Schedule 4 of devolution is not being taken into account. And we look around, it's happening. When I come here and say the governor spent 16% of his annual budget in his own office, does that become destabilizing?
No, that is not what they are doing. Those people are busy with the national government. And I think you people who are busy oversighting governments, please don't ignore the county governments. They are worse off. Look, you find a governor is spending 5% and above in his or her office. What is that?
Let me...
and you are quiet, but you are busy talking about President William Ruto, who has spent 0.36% in State House to make it better for the image of the country.
Yes. The image of the country does not need State House. I can tell you 98% of Kenyans have never seen State House.
The image of the country is for visitors who visit there, who are
they
most
are not
of the
helping
time
us in any way. Those
my
visitors
friend,
are
my
bringing
friend,
what? The other day there was
my friend,
a Ghanaian guy.
One day you go to sell to somebody a car with tattered clothes and see if you'll buy. You'll think you have stolen that car. Please, be presentable when you want a loan from somewhere, when you want to sign. When you want to sign a business contract.
Do we need a loan?
Do we need what?
Do we need a loan?
My God.
Let me ask. Do you know why I'm asking?
No, I'm just using the loan as an example. But there are many things Kenya deal with foreigners and foreign countries with. When a foreigner drives into State House, the white wall has white lines running on it. The roof was supposed to be red. It is now dark brown.
President, not the roof.
No, we can't live like that. That is that is not acceptable.
In the hierarchy of human needs, what comes first?
Food, shelter. But we can't spend all our money on food. Please.
I agree.
We can't spend all our money on food.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
We must
when we say that poverty level has increased by 18%, what are we saying?
I don't know what you're saying. What are you saying?
We are saying that more people have now acquired incapability to survive. Even we have more people not accessing basic needs.
I think to grow up thinking that the government should feed you is to get it all wrong. These things the government is doing is providing for you with a conducive environment to fend for yourself.
Odoyo.
You must learn to use the Rironi Mausamit Road to improve your business,
the first way
to employ people.
Of a government ensuring that you do not get food is by raiding your source of income.
Wait a minute. Tell me how the government is supposed to make you improve on your income. Then I will tell you how the government has done it.
Let me ask this.
Tell me.
On all these things, Kenyans have no problem with giving out taxes. They have a very big problem of the return on investment. Because, for example, if I am being deducted 800 shillings a month for health insurance, and we have a number of people, 3 million, who are being actively deducted, which means, and I could go for a year without needing that money. And we are calling this insurance social, which means that it should be able to take care of a Kenyan somewhere who has no ability to pay, but I have paid and I'm not using it. I think that's the logic as to why we moved from national health insurance to social. But then again, how are we now going forward? you realize that when someone falls sick, they are still needed to pay and get treated. There are so many raiding areas on the pay slip.
No. Let's handle this SHA thing. SHA was brought to ensure that people pay for health care to a level which they can. That is why NHIF was expanded. Do you know SHA did not replace NHIF? NHIF still exists inside SHA, renamed SHIF, Social Health Insurance Fund. But it was also increased that we are going to have primary health care fund included here. Emergency, chronic, and critical diseases fund. So that when you have a disease that lasts with you forever, like asthma, AIDS, and all that, SHA covers it. And then inside that SHA, there is also something called Social Health Infrastructure Fund. So that even the health infrastructure can also be improved by this very fund. And as this fund stabilizes, everybody is going to go home very happy, because it started with people saying, SHA is not working, SHA is not working. Even people who are as brilliant and as educated as you could not even call it by name. They call it she, shaw, shoe. What was all that from Martha Karua and the rest? So
it's a political study. But again, SHA is working.
It is working.
Exactly as it was designed to work.
Okay. Yes, it is working.
Let me explain further, because the other day we had some figures that were flagged by the Auditor General again.
Correct.
That 1.3 billion was sent to now defunct NHIF. SHA paid NHIF. We had a case where one mother gave birth 10 times in 1 year.
During NHIF?
No.
During this?
Yes.
That is criminal.
Latest
that is criminal. That is not how SHA was designed to pay.
No. It seems that that's how it was designed to work, because just in 1 year, we have lost 50 billion with 49 billion in pending bills. Which means that the problems we intended to solve with NHIF are still persisting even today. And SHA is working somehow as a betting farm. It works for Odoyo, Owidi, it jumps 8 people. It works for Joachim there, it jumps another 20. It's working like Betika, where everyone...
Let me tell you, SHA is working for everyone. The only problem, we live in a society which is 90% criminals. You find even a governor is stealing from SHA. You find a governor collects money from employees and does not remit to SHA. Bado anaenda kufanya naye biashara. So these employees go to hospital, they can't get treated. Those are the people you are saying SHA is jumping over.
But these same governors are the ones the president wants to work with.
Wait, SHA itself is not a medical facility.
I know.
SHA is an insurance fund, an underwriter of medical expenses for members. So when you see somebody saying SHA is not working because alienda hospitali hakupata dawa, that is, it is not the duty of SHA to put medicine in hospital. It is the duty of SHA to pay your bills.
Whose duty is it to put medicine in hospital?
If it is county hospitals, the county. You know, health is devolved. It is the job.
From level 4.
And because SHA pays those counties for patients who go there, so those counties also get money from the national government as health budget. It is
You've
there.
said that we direct our guns to governors also.
Yes.
And the other day I was looking into some report by the Auditor General.
Yes.
And how the media covered it.
Yes.
And some few governors stood out. And most of these governors who stood out are the ones even the president is expressing interest in working with. For example,
you know, the president.
For example, Nyasuna. Nyasuna allocated to her office 894 billion.
Yes.
Out of which 700 was on paying salaries. So when she was asked to tell the people, the Public Accounts Committee, how many employees does she have in the county that require 700 million as salaries in 1 year? She was not willing to respond to that.
Yes.
Another governor is from Makueni. I was shocked that Mutula Kilonzo Jr. is also in the list of people who allocate in a desert county like Makueni. This person allocates 500 million to his office, while the governor of Uasin Gishu allocated 110 million. The governor of Kericho, 72 million.
Hey, that's beautiful. Eh?
The governor of Bomet, 98 million. But the governor of Kitui, a semi-arid area, 2 billion.
Yes, that is now where we have the problem. And you see, that has nothing to do with the national government. If the county governors have decided to rip off the very people who elected them, they need to be faced by those very people. By the electorate, by the MCS who are elected to oversight them. When they get to the Senate needs to deal with it. EACC needs to put them
You have seen how Samburu governor has behaved today.
What I didn't see. What happened?
He was refusing to be questioned by the Public Accounts Committee, and the Speaker Kingi ordered for his arrest.
Yes.
There has been commotion at the Senate.
That is the route we need to take with them, because you cannot have public resources, but you don't want representatives of the public
to ask you questions. So he has been frog-marched back into the chambers.
Exactly. That is how it's supposed to be done, and that is not all.
But these are segments. The whole country is a fish that is rotting from the head.
No. The whole country have multiple criminals, and the people you see in leadership are a random sample of the society in which we live in. I have seen a person who has opened a bar, and in this bar there is a corner which is like Bunge la Wananchi, and everybody is castigating politicians. Oh, politicians steal this, the government stolen this, na yeye mwenyewe buchari yake next chini ya weighing machine ameweka magnet. My friend, these people who are leading us are a random sample of our society. We put rules and regulations and laws to deal with members of our society, but they are not specific people who are criminals we want to deal with. Everybody seems to be a criminal.
You see, as a country, we have enough to provide very important services to the people that cushions them from their resources or from their income being drained without really developing them. When you look at an individual household cost, there are two expenses that drains their finances, which is education and health. So if the government could come up with a way of cushioning members of the public from these two expenses, then growth will be exponential. Because now, the money you've been spending on education of your children becomes an economic stimuli to do something else.
Correct.
Now, and I am of the view that we have enough as a country.
We do. And
because if we collect to a tune of 2 trillion in a year, there is no lender worldwide who gives us 2 trillion.
Let me tell you something. You know, you are my good friend. You just told us that 71% is used to service debt.
Yes.
Now, President William Ruto has come with a formula, not only to stop borrowing, but also to make a quick retirement of debt.
No.
Wait.
The issue of stopping borrowing is a lie.
Wait, it's okay. A lie and no lie is debatable.
Tell me why I'm saying that.
No, I'm not.
Because
going to
we
ask
should
that.
not have now a projection of a budget deficit in the budget policy statement.
Why?
Because we should not have an item of infrastructure in the national budget when we have a national infrastructure fund.
But now, that national infrastructure is the one I was going to tell you is meant to reduce or get out of debt.
No, it is not. Because we still have a budget deficit that we are going to finance by borrowing. Because our estimated budget this year is 4.3 trillion.
No, that is a proposed estimate that we may not even see it in Parliament if we succeed in this Safaricom thing, in pipeline thing, and all these other funds we are getting.
No,
nevertheless, let me tell you,
budget formulation is going to
we
end.
are not going to expect that we are going to overnight succeed in zero debt and succeed in repayment of.
But why do you have a problem when we will say, hey, wait a minute, can we suspend debt payment and do an audit? Say,
you can't suspend because if we did,
yes,
by now we would be, the Kenya shilling would be 200,000 to the dollar.
No.
Yes.
No.
Do you know we almost defaulted on paying?
You defaulted.
And it took President William Ruto to ensure
no, it
that
took
we
my
default.
party leader to warn your president.
Your party leader.
He's the he's the first person to appear and say we are most likely going to default.
What that information he has, he took it from the government which Ruto lead. So Ruto had the information. You can't come and read my chart and inform me.
Yes.
Really, your chart is written.
The president has a lot to consume, but my party leader had only interest in the debt issue.
I like the way you are looking for bonga points for your party leader.
No.
But tell your party leader
that
a secretary general needs a brand new Prado, a salary, and be a signatory. Hii mambo ya kusumbua party leader sitaki.
You see,
SG.
Those are things that will come.
Tell
with
Jimmy
time.
Wanjigi if the size of a party is known in how the Secretary General carries himself around. You are the Secretary General of Safina Party. So Safina Party must ensure that when you appear where other Secretary Generals are, you look like the Secretary General of a big party in Kenya.
You see,
but if he doesn't want to do that, we are the government, we are going to take you because you are too brilliant to operate the way you are operating.
I do not think I can accept to be taken because I will now start. I can see the struggle you people go through.
Doing what?
To prosecute issues.
We are up against the Mount Kenya oligarchs who thinks they are the only ones who are supposed to govern this country.
No, and that's where you go wrong.
Look, listen. Let's go to Gikomba, my brother.
Yeah.
The Gikomba business community requested President William Ruto to build for them Gikomba market. President William Ruto decided to build the Gikomba market, and some parts the construction is underway. There was a part that was remaining for the people of shoes, and they had agreed that they be given up to 30th of March to leave the place. They had been allocated a relocation site, and each of them was given. And normally, the structures that they had there were to be demolished. Because of the quagmire that takes place in the BC Gikomba, it is normally demolished at night when there is nobody there, so that moving tractors don't make noise, don't trample on people, and it was done. What happens? Your opposition leaders, Rigiji and Kalonzo Musyoka, goes to tell how it is inhuman, how it is bad, how Ruto is destroying people's businesses.
Let me ask. Did you hear my party leader talk about it?
At least your party leader was at least sensible enough not to do it. But because your party leader is a businessman who has done business, these other ones don't do business. Their job is to look for what they think are mistakes of the government without providing solutions, without providing proposals, without anything. And they go. And I think now wherever they sit, they are very embarrassed because the leaders of the Gikomba market came out to say, we were given enough time, we were relocated, we were told the deadline of staying here, and we agreed on it. But they went and hired some goons to come and say some of their things have been destroyed.
I saw Charles Hinga there. You see, when you look at our conduct as a party and how we respond to issues, we are not reactionary. We talk about things that have weight.
But what would Safina react to? Is it still existing, by the way? It's only you who is left existing.
I wish you knew what is cooking.
What would
You
cook
will
in
be
Saf-
surprised.
What would cook in
You
Safina?
you will come here and spend the whole day explain to people
Sasa.
how you've been caught flat-foot.
Sasa, that's Safina party.
Yes.
If those 4 rebels from ODM looks like a bigger party than Safina, where are we going to take them?
You see,
those ODM has for some 4 rebels.
You can look at the questions being asked by the people.
Uh-huh.
The questions are like, okay, we are good here, but what are we really for? Because not just about what we are against. What are we for? And that's where Safina is. As silent as we are, we have been instrumental in putting the agenda of the economy on the table.
And
the things we talk about are the things of weight. That even one of our core agendas is recognized by your government and is in the 10-point agenda.
What was it?
The audit of debt. But you still want to circumvent that idea and come up with the private.
Simiyu.
If auditing cannot be done.
I know auditing of debt you'll prosecute to your last breath because it is an agenda that you believe was brought forward by your party leader, and you will go through anything.
No, it is
through fire.
You see,
party leader. But
when you are looking at your sources of revenue and your expenses. Unasema, in a month, these are your sources of income, and these are your expenses. Then on the expense side, there is one item taking 70% of what you're earning here. It's only important that you pay attention to that one item.
Which one is that?
That I am getting 150,000. But on my expense side, every month, I'm paying Mama Mboga 70,000.
Yes.
How am I paying Mama Mboga 70,000?
Yes.
So you have to now ask the people who go to Mama Mboga to pick the mboga. That's your wife.
How come it is so costly?
Yes, how comes that we have this huge debt? So we come up with an idea of auditing these 70K of Mama Mboga. But we still come up with the privatization, say, for us not to have deni, let us now plant, let us now come up with gardens. But it still remains as an item draining our resources.
Simiyu, let's not hunt a mosquito using a hammer. It is telling us that, we need to audit the debt, audit something we have on record. It is like saying you are going to audit
Why are you afraid of
the school fees you are paying in your school? Because it is there. We know what we owe and we know what we don't owe.
Oh, no.
So I think even when your boss was talking about auditing debt, I think he just lacked the correct word to say. But we can look through the debt we have. We say, this Eurobond was borrowed by Uhuru. Where did it go? He took it away. This one was borrowed by this. This one was borrowed for this year. We know all of them. The only thing...
Yesterday, the Auditor General again. You see, I don't use documents that are captured from the air. The Auditor General.
Do not bring Auditor General here. Bring from ESCC. Because Auditor General only raises queries. Auditor General cannot even take anybody to court.
Even the ones I've talked about the governor. It is captured by the ESCC. It's captured by the Public Accounts Committee.
Once captured by ESCC, we can deal with it.
Now, there is a report I was seeing. This government of William Ruto went and borrowed money on an item that they are going to lay underground Kenya Power cables. But Kenya Power themselves, they are not aware of such a thing.
No, please don't bring propaganda here. Don't bring rumors and propaganda. We want factual things.
So
these days,
statements from the Auditor General are propaganda.
Proper Auditor General
queries
things
so
before the answer is given.
Yes.
You bring it here. Yes. You splash it in the I told you.
No, but it's a statement from the Auditor General. What do you want us to do with it?
Statements from Auditor General are audit queries. That's all. So you wait.
So you don't want us to talk about audit queries.
You wait until the relevant agencies respond. If
relevant
the Auditor
agencies
General
are complicit,
if the Auditor General has raised a query with the building of Talanta Stadium,
yes,
you let the Ministry of Sports respond. After they have responded, that is when you bring their response and the subsequent rebuttal by the Auditor General. But there is no day, there is no organization which will present its annual financial reports and not have queries. They will have queries because a document is missing. They will have queries because there is escalation of cost. They will have queries because there is variation.
The people from the Auditor General's office were at my office at the party to ask what we have used
Can
with
they
the
fit in your office? Somebody just visited you to take tea.
No. Because we receive public funds and we have to answer questions.
No, actually, the propagandists have decided that they will use audit queries to bring down the government. Audit queries.
Why do you speak as if there are piranhas in the bush looking for your government?
Audit queries are just that, queries. They query. They seek clarity on figures. They seek to get documents that were not provided.
So we can all agree.
They seek answers to certain things.
We can all agree that there is no clarity with the figures that were presented by these.
Audit queries is a standard thing in auditing. It is standard.
No, let me ask.
I've told you here.
I asked you a question. Why do we need an Auditor General?
So that they can raise those audit queries.
And why do you have a problem when we respond to the audit queries?
You're not supposed to respond. The organization that they are raised to needs to respond.
No. As a member of the public.
It is after they have responded. It's when you know the truth.
No.
Because let me tell you. Sometimes some things happen. The financial year is supposed to end in June, and then before that, you are only given 3 months to prepare certain things. Within those 3 months, there are certain documents that have not even arrived. There are certain documents that have not been given to you. And those ones, when those papers go there on the deadline, they come back and say, hey, we don't have these documents. We don't have this title, and you are saying you bought land. The title has not come from the Ministry of Lands. Such things happen, and they raise audit queries. You are constructing something. And then, during construction, there are variations which are legal, allowed up to 15%. And then, these variations take place. Before the correct documents are available on the table, the auditor will seek clarifications. So, audit queries are necessary.
When we help the Auditor General to seek clarification, you seemingly get angry.
No, I don't get angry. And there's another problem also. Sometimes, like SHA, hapo kwa chief, there are some criminals who own hospitals, and they have.
Why do we have criminals owning hospitals? Which means government has slept on the job.
Are you saying that why are Kenyans giving birth to criminals?
No.
Because you can't stop somebody from owning an hospital until you one day. And even I don't think there's a law that prevents anybody from owning a hospital on the basis that somebody thinks he's a criminal. Because this may be his first crime, or he has been committing others but he had never been caught. So they are criminals in the health industry. This criminal steals money from SHA.
Do we have money?
And when they steal money from SHA, and it is reported, you come and say the government is corrupt. Yet it is the criminal who is corrupt.
There is a flagging that 700 million was paid to hospitals that have not entered into a contract with SHA. But these hospitals were paid. So do we entirely blame just the hospitals? Because SHA disbursed money.
Yes.
It is like saying today, Britam, imenilipia hospitali, when I'm not a member.
There are people who have stolen from Britam many times.
No.
Many times.
They have paid for me when I'm not a member.
They have paid.
There must be someone in Britam that I'm working with.
I have seen families who have used cards belonging to their foreign child living in foreign land to take a child they have here to a hospital and paid by those private hospitals.
No, that insurance has a reason to pay.
No, they
because
did.
the credentials.
No. You see, look here. We have seen a case where somebody uses another person's credentials and get paid. So that is possible, that somebody can make false claims and get paid without anybody knowing. We have seen people have faked passports and use it to travel across many countries in the world, fake ones. Even the other day when people were making noise that, some criminals have gotten Kenyan's passports. Criminals can get passport of any country. What can't be copied?
That was not
if people
an
can
ordinary
print
criminal.
money, if people
That
can...
was not an ordinary criminal.
Yes.
That was a criminal whose brother had just met the president. It's not an ordinary criminal.
Let me tell you, I think you people are lowering your guard. Let me tell you, if I want to go and pretend that Simiyu is my friend as and given me the authority to do this, I look for you. We have lunch, we chat, I greet you, I tell you, Simiyu, I heard somebody was saying you are selling your land. There is, no, that's person lie to you. But you know what I have achieved? I have taken a photo with you. That photo will be on social media. The next day I go somewhere and say, Simiyu is my friend after yesterday. Tulikuwa na yeye tukisaini kitu.
So
and then they go, people now...
Are you saying that Hamed now duped the president?
I don't know about that Hamed of yours, but I'm telling you what happens. The things that we claim that the Kenyan government issued somebody with a passport.
If that's what happens, then the president was played, according to what you're saying.
It is possible.
After Hamed...
Let me tell you something.
But the president defended that position.
How many people have hanged out with somebody, then later they see them on TV that they were criminals, and they didn't know? Let me tell you something happened to me. There was a Ghanaian who came to me with a very nice deal. He wanted some property in Karen. And we went round with him, When I went back home, once we had agreed on everything, something told me, just do due diligence on this guy. By the morning, I found this is a known criminal in their country that you can't deal with.
You see, you acted out of ignorance.
Me?
But the president is a consumer of intelligence.
Let me tell you, a criminal can go to the president using a completely different path. But all he wants, which even the president will not know, that he just wants a photo session with him. So that the world knows, the president knows him and is close. Then he comes to commit crime and you say, this was the president, man.
No, for you to get a diplomatic passport, that's not a small process.
I know a person who was charged with a capital offense. But in many photos that he has displayed, he has been displayed with a minister here, a minister there, a PS here, a PS there. But in the end, he may turn out to be a criminal one way or the other.
Do you know someone called Harun Aydin?
Who is that?
From Turkey.
I don't know him.
He's the friend to the president.
Yes.
From Turkey.
Let me tell you, if one day something happens and you are found to be a criminal, would I blame myself? Because I don't know.
How comes that you have a tendency of just having friendships with people with questionable character?
No, you are only one.
No, because we are having an issue of Harun Aydin, whose brother is serving a life imprisonment in the US for terrorism charges.
My friend, I want to help you.
Yes.
Even if President William Ruto were to have 5 people who know him and have visited him officially who are criminals, that does not erase the millions who are also close to him who are not criminals. No. And in any case, we live in a society that every 100 people, 45 are criminals. Every 100 people.
You see
So where will he get all the clean ones?
I hope you understand the whiteboard analogy with a black dot.
I know it, and I don't think I want to go through it now because I already know it.
Because,
hey, Simiyu,
yes.
Don't we need to take a rest one?
Hii maneno ni mingi.